Hello, everyone. Kalispera for those who are joining from Greece. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you please open the chat and put plus there? There is like, if you will see the presentation, if you see the link, there is like a private chat there, and you can put a plus there. Can you do it so I can be sure that you can hear me and you can see me well? So, yes, I assuming you can hear me, but if you can go to the chat and put plus there, that will give me additional assurance. Okay. I see that people will be joining. We have already 10 or more people here, I think even more. Let's probably start with the introduction. First of all, I'm happy to see everyone here, though. Yes, perfect. Yes, I see the pluses now. Good. I'm happy to see everyone here. I see that we have people from different countries. There are a lot of people from Greece. There are a lot of people from other parts of the world. That's very exciting. Cool. So let's get slowly started. I think people will be joining, and let's get slowly started. So I will start with introducing myself, and then I explain why we gathered today. So my name is Ostap Kovalchuk. Originally, I'm from Ukraine, but for last 2 years already, I'm living in Greece, in Athens, and I'm a delivery manager in EPAM, responsible for the delivery in Greece. So that's my short story. And I would be moderating this discussion today. Of course, there will be other speakers. We'll introduce them a bit later, but I will do a short intro in the beginning. What we're going to do today. So as you can see, there is a delivery management community wording here. So that's our goal. We wanted to establish the community in Greece, focused on the delivery management, and I will explain that a bit more in details just in the couple of next slides. But we wanted to establish this community to make sure that we have a knowledge sharing possibility, a place for knowledge sharing, and overall we can achieve delivery excellence in Greece, but not just in Greece. We're going to share the knowledge with each other. Next slide. Before we move further, I want to decipher this a bit. First of all, I'm saying we, right? Who are we? So it's not a secret that we have some like support from EPAM, but we want this community to be self-sufficient. Eventually, we would expect a lot of people to contribute here. For now, we have a team of co-organizers, but I'm very grateful to organizing this event. And we have speakers, which we have some lined up for now, and I hope we will have more in future. So going back to the topic of DM community, right? First of all, you will see the wording, this abbreviation DM a lot. So what is two parts here, right? First of all, delivery management, second of all, community. So delivery management, some of you may be familiar with this term, some of you not. What we mean here is actually a set of best practices to make technological engagements with the customer successful. And that can include project management, that can include engineering best practices, leadership, business. So anything that can make us, as the people who gather here, be successful with our engagement with the customers. And you can also see that what it means practically, like talking briefly, there would be different topics, but I can select some of them, right? Agile delivery methodologies, project management practices, how to work with the people, how to grow the talent. What are the technology trends like AI now? What's going on now with AI, and how does it affect us? By the way, we'll have this today. Just a bit of heads up. We'll have a part with AI today. Also, what are the industry best trends, and many, many others. So that's what we envision behind the delivery management. Now, the community, I think it's a bit easier. Of course, it's a place to share. How does it look like in practice? So we'll have talks. That would be the first one today, but we'll have many more. Of course, for now, that would be online, but eventually we expect also to have some offline talks in Greece. We also expect to have some brainstorming session and, of course, networking, right? So we all know that the value of the gathering is also networking. Cool. Next slide. Still, one can say, right? Why should I participate? Why shouldn't I drink, I don't know, the glass of wine or go to some restaurant? It's 5 degrees. It's already end of the workday. Yes, you can, of course, but there is also another way to spend it. So with this talk, we expect this community should be applicable for people, not only for project managers, Scrum Master, Agile coaches, delivery managers, and many other managers, so leaders in their engagements, but also for the people who wants to become one. So that's what we envision, but of course we are not limited to this. Everyone is welcome here as soon as you're interested in the topic. And again, why? Learn, contribute, and solve. Learn is easy, right? We will exchange the experience, contribute. We will encourage everyone here to become a speaker as well. About that a bit in detail in the next slide. And we also wanted people to even suggest some problems, and we can solve it as a community, brainstorm and solve. So basically to feel connected to others, and others could have the same problem. Right. Now, as I said, we have a set of initial speakers lined up, but we are really open for people to contribute. And if you see that you have some interesting case, or you want to share some best practice in Greece or outside of Greece, we would be very welcomed for you to become a speaker. So if you want to be one, contact our organization team, or we also will send the survey in the end of the presentation, so you can respond to that, and we will connect to you. So what will happen today? Just to sum up, and then we are moving to our topic of the presentation. So, first of all, as you can understand, the speech would be in Greece, in English, because we have people from multiple countries joining. We have our first talk from our lovely speaker, Bogdan Dimitris, about delivery and project management. That would be roughly 40 minutes. We'll have a dedicated time for questions in the end of the talk, but feel free to type your questions in the chat. So if you see something interesting, type it in the chat. I'll see and I will moderate the discussion and ask our speaker this question. But in the end, we also will dedicate some time to questions that were not answered. And also, important announcement, we already have the next talk planned. It would be in January after we all would get rested there would be a new year. And that would be about hybrid delivery methodology approach, but not just a theory, but a really practical cases with examples, templates, and real experience. Cool. So that being said, I think we can move to our first talk here, and that would be delivery and project managers international companies. And I would like to introduce our two speakers here, Bogdan from Ukraine and Dimitris from Greece. Guys, feel free to introduce yourself, and stage is yours.
Good morning, good day, good evening. My name is Bogdan, and I'm a senior delivery manager. I have about 20 years experience in IT, and the last 5 years I play a role delivery manager in different companies.
Hello from my side. My name is Dimitris, located in Greece. I'm a data project manager. Worked for many years in different industries, mostly in machine learning and data science, and happy to be here.
Perfect. Good. Thanks. So let's get the thing rolling and move to our first question. So that would be a conversation between us. So don't expect a lot of slides and boring presentations. So we would be counting mainly on talking and conveying the interesting information. Let's start with the basics, right? We see these two letters together, DM, right? What does it mean, actually? Can you decipher it for us? And let's start from Bogdan, then move to Dimitris.
This term appears probably, I don't know, 5-10 years ago. In different companies, it means slightly different. Typically, in a service company, it's a combination of account manager and project manager. In combined, it means delivery manager. Typically, it's person something who drives something more than one project. And EPAM, it's slightly different. For example, at EPAM, we have a combination of architect and project manager. We have separate roles, separate person who play role account manager, and this is probably the biggest difference in this term for the EPAM and other service companies. Same, typically, this person is play a bit higher role than project manager, average project manager, but in general, we have this combination of two. In one case, it's account manager and project manager. In EPAM case, it's architect plus project manager also.
If you would be looking at the EPAM case, because you mentioned that, can you maybe explain why we introduced why EPAM introduced this role in this way?
This is a very good question and interesting. At EPAM, this is EPAM, really high-tech company. That main value for us, it's bring high-tech solution to our customers. And the key management of EPAM find this interesting solution how to bring more value to the customer. And we created peer for the engineering manager in product companies. Typically, at product high-tech product companies, you have engineering manager and delivery manager. It's peer person who talk on the same language. This person should understand architecture, should understand people management, should understand project manager, plus sometimes also account manager. And this is like a balancing. Find the same language as with the customer. In case other companies, this person typically talks to the account managers or project managers. In EPAM, we have also project managers, but this is like an additional flexibility that gives us additional bonuses and additional advantages.
Perfect. Dimitris, how does that map to your experience that you had in Greece, and does that resonate, or do you have a different view on this?
It's well stated by Bogdan. I mean, the main difference between here in EPAM, it's that project manager is a combination of project management activities and account management activities, and the delivery manager is a more technical manager combined also with project management activities. As you said, in Greece is a bit different because delivery manager, it's not a program manager, but it is a guy that can handle multiple projects without the technical expertise necessary. So the main difference between EPAM and the companies here in Greece is that we state the delivery manager as the expert guy in specific technology, who can stand and own the technical solution, and of course discuss with the client technically on how we are uh, how will be the road ahead of the project.
Okay, understood. I see that there is a question in the chat to this topic. What are the main challenges for a DM, right? For a DM role? Maybe Bogdan, you want to start?
Yeah, DM, it's like probably be T-shape. What does it mean? That in the same time you should be technically strong and strong as a project manager, because you should talk to the engineering managers, as I said. And sometimes I should discuss technical questions. Sometimes it should be, as a typical project manager, it should be planning, people management, risk management, and so on. And always hard to balance. If you have one direction, it's slightly easier to be strong in something one. If you T-shape, it's like always you see that something higher than another part, and to balance, find this right balance.
Got it. All right. Beatrice, you wanted to add to that?
Yeah,
What are the
maybe
main challenges for you?
maybe just a small addition that not also the challenges, but what it is expected in terms of projects for delivery manager comparing to the project manager. For technical oriented projects, which we don't have very business interference, the DM role is the one that is more suitable because you are going to deal with technical stakeholders. But for projects that are more business oriented, let's say, maybe the project manager is more suitable on that because he will need to have, or she will need to have, the business overview on the project.
Got it. All right. Thanks for the answer, and thanks for the question, Dmitris. There was another Dmitris asking the question. So I would encourage for everyone who joined to ask the questions. Let's make it more interactive. That brings more value. Let's move to, because we started already touching the topics, right? Still, I mean, we have these two roles, PM and DM, right? Can we still sum up the difference? Because Bogdan, you already mentioned that we have both of them in EPAM, and it's on the market as well. Usually, there are these two roles. So, can you sum up the difference from your point of view?
From knowledge point of view, this is about how technical this person is. From business point of view, as Dmitris mentioned, sometimes you have clients that doesn't require so many technical knowledges, and this is more classical organization, and they need to talk to the project managers. This is about the values that brings. Sometimes project manager could bring more value because we don't need this additional technical knowledges, and you typically will talk to the same project managers on the same level, and you create this peer one-to-one, the same common languages. And this is mainly about values. If you have your peer, your customer comes from traditional organization, probably it's project manager. If it's more technical organization and you have a lot of technical project managers or engineering managers, it's DM. About knowledge, it's project manager, 100% sure the same. Only this is the technical extension, I would say. It's about DM.
Perfect. Okay. Dmitris, what would be your answer?
Maybe
on the difference?
Yeah, maybe no, I totally agree with Bogdan. Maybe the common, let's say, the common definition or the common role that here in Greece most of the companies are using is technical project manager. So for the Greek audience here, DM, delivery manager in EPAM, means heavy technically project manager. A person that he or she is able to interfere in an architectural design, for example, all to be able even to put her or his hands on even in the code if needed. So it's a heavily expertise technically guy.
Okay, and I see a quite interesting question here in the chat. So thanks again, Peter, for asking. So who is managing the new demand from business from both of these roles? Is it PM or DM or both of them? Is there any difference here? We are talking about the new demand from business.
As I mentioned, this is a question about values. If this is traditional new logo with traditional management architecture inside the company, culture, traditional culture, probably it will be project manager. If it's more high-tech companies like I don't know, Amazon or something like this, it will be DM. But there is at least at EPAM we have title and role. I could play a project manager role, could be Scrum Master, depends on particular project and particular needs in this time, in this moment.
Okay,
Yes.
so basically both of them can do it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, Dmitry?
And adding on that, both of them and none of them. I mean, it depends on the project, as you said, because the main let's say the main value for business development inside the client is who has the client facing. So if the project is structured like this, so either the project manager or the delivery manager talks to the client, then they are responsible for the business development inside the project. But this role, the business development role, can be played also by a consultant, by the account manager, even by the implementation team. It depends who talks to the client.
Okay. And we have another question here now from the different side of team from Mikola. The question is, who is responsible for staffing team and one-on-one meetings in this case? I mean, is it PM or DM? I mean, I think it's about the team working with the team.
As Dmitry said, client-facing person, typically if it's EPAM, pretty huge company, and we have peers person, project manager or delivery managers that talk to the customer mainly, and offshore and nearshore delivery manager or project managers, staff people. That's why we split not horizontally but vertically. Typically, we need person who sit next to the customer and understand the needs of the customer better than person who sits somewhere there, and person that sit next to the people who will develop, will start them, will talk to them, will have these one-to-one meetings and so on. Both of them responsible for the delivery because this is like a peer for the delivery.
Okay. Understood. Right. Let's move to the next question, and we can take a look at that from the like different angle. So, does it mean that delivery manager is better for quality of delivery?
No. Delivery manager and project manager, it's like people that should manage the projects. This is question about not the knowledge of technical knowledge, but quality about standards inside the company. I believe maybe you guys could think something else, but if I play a role of project manager, I have special dedicated person that should build CI/CD, that should build standards, development standards, and so on. And from customer point of view, customer should not care about who is their project manager or delivery manager. He or she should understand that quality from our product will be on the top level always.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree on that. It depends. It doesn't depend on the role. It depends on the person. And just to clarify, in one project, either this project is business oriented, technically oriented, hybrid, it doesn't matter. the PM and the DM role cannot coexist in the same project. Either you have a delivery manager or project manager who call in the shots. I mean, what we are talking about here is that depend on the complexity of the project and on the team composition, you need to place either a PM or a DM. As we said before, if you have a PM in the project, then you will probably need a technical leader in order to drive the technical solution. If you have a DM in the project, you will not need a technical lead to lead the project, but you might need a Scrum Master or you might need an account manager. So they are partially overlapping roles. From technical perspective and business perspective from the one and the other side, but for sure this is not affect the quality of the delivery. It's all about the person and the team, of course.
And I see that we have a question here that basically resonates. So the question is, so is the community just for the technical personnel, because we defined it for the delivery management? And I just wanted to briefly answer that. No, it's actually for everyone who contributes to the delivery of the projects. The thing is that we started this talk of kind of talking more about delivery management role, but overall, it's the role that also imply the project management practices. And maybe Bogdan and Dmitris, you want to clarify this as well. How does that relate to the, for example, what we will be saying here, to the project management as well, if the person is not technical or Scrum Master?
Question about this is community about management in general. This is different aspect of management: people management, project management, agile management, project management. And even if you are team lead, technical lead, potentially you also execute some management activities, and it will be also interesting for you because when you grow from the junior to mid, from mid to senior, and starting from senior position, typically you could lead somebody, you could mentor somebody, and it's already some pieces, tiny pieces of management. That's why this community will be and should be interesting for you to get this secret knowledge of people management and in general different aspects and angles of management.
Maybe it is related to the next slide, because Panagiotis' question is, I think, related to exactly this slide.
Yes, I think we need the previous question, which is about the career path, right? Let's go back. Yes, perfect. The career path. Yes, this one. So maybe then can you elaborate on this career path dimension? How our talk could be useful for PMs and could be useful for DMs, and we can maybe touch base a bit on the community aspect as well.
First of all, PM, this is like a core for management. You can be a delivery manager without being project manager. So this is the core and the foundation for everything. But question how you get there. And for example, for DM, I'm personally became delivery manager after when I was architect. Then in some point of time, I decided that it's a bit boring and changed a bit direction. I know the people who were leads and QA managers, QA leads, BA, and so on. And this is about understanding of how IT works, how we build software, and it give you additional bonuses to become a delivery manager. For PM, again, this is typically person with you can grow as vertically or as T-shape. You can grow as PM to the program management because it's huge domain of knowledge that you should know about the program management and so on. But also you can build this T-shape and start understanding technologies which you use on your project. And you could also become a project manager, delivery manager, sorry. But, it's most important to move forward. Question where you probably should answer by to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dimitris, what's your perspective on this? I mean, what's the difference in career path?
I agree, but there are two, let's say, parallel streams, two different career paths. You can maybe have the same beginning, but the expertise is different. And as we said, for project manager, is the main activities are of course project management activities, but also is touching also a bit business development, a bit account management, and for sure, like Bogdan said, the program management. So, long story short, from a project manager, you can become, let's say, the next evolution role is program manager. But this doesn't mean that for delivery manager does not hold the same. But the delivery manager has the expertise of being technical, let's say, oriented. So they can be also a delivery manager can be also a horizontal role of a lead architect, of a chief architect. This something that the delivery manager should be done, and I mean it is expected here in EPAM that the delivery manager has this kind of knowledge. On the other hand, as we said, the project managers is expected to evolve their skills in terms of program management.
Okay, and these two kind of career paths, they are related to each other. So can you basically switch from one to another?
Yes, with effort, but yes. I mean, you need to do different things. The non-technical guys, PMs, need to train themselves in a specific technology in order to acquire, credentials to become DM. Vice versa, the technical guys, DMs, need to leave their technical path and focus in a wider scope path, which is program and account management, which involve business development, which involve to be client partner, involves those kind of things. So it is what you like.
Yep. Maybe I can add only that at EPAM we have several different courses. This build career path that will help you build your career path based on what you want, as Dmitry said, because company support you in any case if you want to move from technical person to non-technical and vice versa.
Okay. And does that correlate, because I think, Bogdan, you mentioned this, that there is a position and then there is a role. How does that correlate? Can a DM come into the project and play the project manager role?
Yep, this is true. A question about business values. Always the most important is business values, what it can bring to what we can bring to the customer, because EPAM, pretty interesting company. And as I remember, I could make some mistakes dates. In 2021, majority of new logos came from people that works with our previous customers. For example, CTO from company A moved to company B and they'll invite EPAM because this value, we bring really value to the customers. And during the staffing process, we try to understand the business of the customer and try to understand what the best person or what the best skills we need on this particular position, PM or DM or something like this. I could play a Scrum Master role, play project management role on this particular project, but I have a title as delivery manager.
Okay. Okay, so basically, and I would like to add maybe 2 cents here. So the reason why we name it delivery management, not the project management, because we want to not just be focused purely on the project management and the best practices of that, but also a bit wider picture, and that will imply also the account management partially as well, business part as well, domain knowledge. Why not? So it's like the reason is to make it broader. And just to give you an example, I think the next talk that we're planning in June is about the hybrid delivery methodology and basically how to combine effectively and in real life agile and waterfall, and when we need to do it or when we don't need to do it. So I think it would be interesting for everyone, even for like a scrum master or I don't know, the person who just stepping into the path of the project manager. It should be interesting to understand how does it look like in reality. Cool.
Guys,
yes.
my last 2 cents in this specific discussion. EPAM is fortunate enough in order to have huge and complex projects. The reason that I'm saying that is that for many people, they might find redundant the distinction between PM, DM, even account manager. So, of course, not all projects are complex, are big, are many different. There are many differentiations between projects. So it doesn't have to be in every project this kind of distinction. Why we have this distinction here is because the projects are complex, are big, huge teams, demanding clients, very good technologies. So, and we have the capacity to try to sift people exactly what the client wants. So this is why the distinction, this is why maybe some overlapping activities, but they're not all of the cases like this.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think a lot of people can relate to the statement demanding customers, complex projects. I think it's quite common, right? We all know that. All right, let's go to the next question. And that one is kind of exciting for me. I think I will learn a lot of new things here. So we know about all of this AI stuff that is going on. How does that impact these two roles, like delivery manager or project manager as well, or the scrum master? What will happen? Bogdan, would you like to start here?
Sure. This is also interesting role, not role, but we are in an interesting time. We live in an interesting time because, like this phrase that Bronze Age ended not because bronze ran out. Bronze Age ended because technology moved forward, and we as IT people, not only project manager, delivery managers, will compete not with AI, but with people who can drive the same projects with AI together in pair. And I hope I am good delivery manager. I can win or lose competition on market only when I will be tightly coupled, heavily use AI in my in future. I can speed up my routine work. I can speed up communication. I can speed up a lot of aspect of delivery manager work using AI. And only from me, or only from you guys, depends how successful you will be in future if you use AI or you won't use it. By the way, today this is really big day for a next step for AI. Google released next big thing, probably Gemini. It's like the biggest competitor for ChatGPT, and I recommend you to at least see the video what this tool can do. Yeah, thank you.
Interesting. Just a reality check. Are you using some AI tools, being a delivery manager or whatever, like a project manager? How are you using it now? I mean, really, to this time. What have you used?
ChatGPT. I bought version 4. Now it's you can be only in waiting list because probably they have not enough money for running all the environments. But first of all, writing emails, writing feedbacks, additional risk management. It helps me to write risk management. Now, sometimes easier to not Google, but ChatGPTing, I know how to say this word, find something, create or build some not diagrams, but documentations. This is like a person who always help you, and it helps really fast. You shouldn't look for a lot of materials, and this thing just speed up my work. Especially, try to write email to the customer. For example, I always like to try to write an email to the customer with and ask to with reminder for payment delay. How long it takes to you to write this email, and don't broke your relationship. And do the same thing with ChatGPT. Just write 2 words, like this reminder, and it will take 5 seconds for you, and it will save a lot of time and mental pressure. Yeah, this is all.
Interesting. I think I will try it by myself.
Plus the grammatical and the syntax errors that you may save. So yeah.
Yes, I mean, being completely honest, I haven't used it, but now I think what I'm interested inspired me to try it out, just in this context, really, for the management.
By the way, it's also interesting product Grammarly. You can install on your browser or even your Outlook, and it bring you to the next level of English writing, good English writing. Also, very interesting AI product.
Nice, noted. Right. We have 5 minutes left, and I think the last question. So, with all of this being said, right, what's the future of these 2 roles? I mean, are we going to be eventually eliminated by AI, or it would be redundant? What's your opinion on this?
About elimination by AI, also there is a good word when people in 2019 saw the GPS, they was shocked. That's like this thing will drive cars without any problem, but reality is not. Even now in 2023, you don't have a lot. Actually, if you have self-driving cars, the same with AI. This tool will move our industry to the next level, and probably the future is about to be becoming domain specific. If you go to banking area, probably your value on market will be higher, and this is probably what the next steps plus AI.
Understood. And maybe then another perspective, do we expect, maybe Dmitry, you can answer that, do you expect some of this role from your perspective to be kind of less popular and one be more popular, or they will exist in parallel in the same proportion?
I think, I think both roles exist for a reason. And the reason is one simple word: demand. So as long as you need people to handle projects, either business projects or technical projects, those roles are super important. So these roles don't forget that have one very important and overlapping activity: the ownership of the project. Either this project is technical or not. So somebody needs to handle the project. So I don't think that the demand will be reduced either for the one role or the other, because we will always have business projects, we will always have technical projects. It may, in some cases, be the same role or be separate roles, but this, as we said before, it depends on the project.
So as soon as there would be projects, there would be need for these roles.
Hopefully.
Okay. All right. Good. So then I think we finished with our talk today. Though we have the Q&A session now. So as soon as you see, I'm referring to the people who are listening to us, as soon as you see something not covered or you want to ask additional questions, feel free to type them in the chat. I think we have around 5-10 minutes to answer them. While you're doing that, I would still remind about two things. So first of all, it's just the first talk, right? And for the next talk, we choose a bit different topic about a hybrid delivery approach, where Agile and Waterfall meet together. And that will happen somewhere in January, in the new year. We'll do the announcement. And another thing that we'll send the survey as a result of this talk, after the talk. So feel free to post your ideas, comments, and most important, if you want to be a speaker, also please note it there. And hope the next time we can see you here speaking with us and contributing.
Also, I would add, if you have any ideas for new topics, you don't understand something and you would like to listen about something, you should write that, and it could help us to create new talks in future, or find the right person who can tell about that.
All right. Let's give people another minute to get oriented and maybe formulate the question. But if there will be no questions, I think it's still good, right? We will use this time productively that is left. It's the end of the day. Everyone has a lot of things to do. We need to get well rested. Tomorrow is Friday, very lovely day. So, and the holidays are coming. Right. I don't see any other questions in the chat so far. So I would suggest to do the following. Let's probably pause here. Oh, there is one question. I see that from Yulia. Which topics to learn to become more technical? That's a question.
Probably I should. First of all, question about your level. Unfortunately, we don't know. So in general, you should start from a general understanding how things are, and how to develop software. There's all stages of software development if you are not technical at all. But in case you are, for example, you are QA, so you're pretty good understand how we develop software. What I could recommend, it's read about system design. It's a boring thing, but you probably will understand different trade-offs, different things that why we have this or that software, and it will help you. But it's probably when you pretty good understand how to really develop software.
Yulia is asking, maybe there is a list of must-to-know things for the delivery manager. Can we kind of do a top 3 things now? I mean, if you are, for example, a project manager or Scrum Master, what would be the top 3 things that you need to learn to become a delivery manager? I see the people in the chat are saying the client-server architecture. What else could be top
System
things?
design, technical excellence, and some basic technology like Java or high level to understand the instruments, how to develop this. This is probably everything starts with system design. It's a hard thing, but it's there are a lot of things you should understand there. But this is probably core. By the way, typically when we have interview when product company interviewing people for the engineering manager role, that is peer for us. They have project management interview, system design interview, and people management, traditional people management interview. So this is 3 aspects during the interview for engineering managers. And engineering managers, in fact, is our peer from the customer side. That's why we should know this.
So basically talk the same language.
Yeah.
There is another interesting question here. I think it's very practical. From Alina, how DM should communicate with the team? I mean, to what is the extent? The question literally says that how do you think should DM communicate with the team? So maybe you can give some example from your experience. And I think it would be applicable to not just the DM role, but to the PM.
Exactly. Yeah. I know. The same as PM. First of all, we are managers. We are a team that this is the people that really develop the project. And we should be a part of the team. I know. We should be a leader, not the managers. For me, it's more important to be a leader for my teams than a manager. I know. I'm not sure that I answered correctly, and it was expected. But for me, more important to be a leader than a manager.
Got it. Dimitris, do you share the same opinion?
Yeah, partially maybe. Leader, facilitator, it depends. I mean, our job is not to make the project successful, but to collaborate well with people. We solve problems. Either those problems are technical problems, client problems, team problems. You should find a solution in terms of communication, and it depends on the people. For some cases, you need to be, as Bogdan said, to be a leader, so you need to be strict because you need to guide people. But in other things, you need to have understanding. It depends on the character of the team, and you may have to shift time to time your behavior in terms to go forward, because after all, you need to succeed in your project.
Yeah, thanks, Dimitris. I think that there is also here a comment in the chat from Anne that if you have a depression, team should know about that. Should not know about that. So it's
Yeah,
like
probably you are
a
right.
joke, yes. But I think it articulates the important point that any role should encourage the team, not make them suffer.
Yeah, this is about emotional intelligence. So you should have high emotional intelligence to at least understand your internal feelings and not move it from inside of you to the team.
Perfect. Yes, totally agree with that. Cool. I don't see any other questions in the chat, so assuming that we were very good in articulating ourselves, then let's give back people 5 minutes of the time. And I'm again very pleased that we had this first talk here. I'm very thankful for the organizers, for the speakers, and the most importantly for the people who joined. And I hope someone else would be next time can also volunteer to speak. That would be very interesting, especially if you are like a representative from Greece, just to share your knowledge. So feel free to respond to that survey. And guys, thanks a lot. Hope we will meet again somewhere in the new year. It should be very soon. It's coming very fast, as usual. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks for everyone.
Bye-bye.
And see you again.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.